Hello and welcome. I'm Young Wilfo and this is part 2 of my hidden floor piston hatch tutorial. So I've made a couple of changes since the last video. I've dug out this area like I said I would, both upstairs and down. I left this set of blocks in place as that'll provide a good floor for the circuitry upstairs. That is the same level as the platform here, just so you know how high to build them. I've also replaced the redstone torch I was using to power the circuit with a switch, just for easiness of testing. And you may notice I've removed the stone steps at the side, which I was using to propagate the signal upstairs. I'm now doing so by taking the circuitry straight into this wall, which goes into that redstone torch, and into that one. It's important that I use two, because that means the signal does not get inverted. It's inverted here, then inverted again, so you get the same output as is input. So up here, from that redstone torch, we have a little bridge that brings the signal up here and into this area upstairs. And it's exactly the same on the other side. Now the reason I've done this is that if you look at my first video, you might notice the two circuits are very densely packed together. And it's kind of hard to see what redstone belongs to which circuit. So hopefully keeping it tidier in this way will make it easy to understand these are two independent circuits. So I'm going to head up this way and place the pistons that will be used to control the stairs. Now they start back there, so I need two there, and then in front of them we need one here, one here, one here, one here. And there should be one block of space here, and that's where the stairs are going to go, but I'm not going to place them yet. You shouldn't place the stairs until you have the circuit working. Main reason being stairs are a pain in the butt. They take too long to destroy when you make a mistake. So I'm going to cut the video for a minute and place the basic redstone wiring, and I'll explain how that works. Okay, that's me placed half of the circuit, and as you can see when I pull this lever, the circuit behaves exactly the way it did in my previous video. Now I'm going to lay the other side now where you can see it, so you can tell exactly what I'm doing. Just remove this just now so you can see what's happening. So start out with nothing. First of all, we take a redstone repeater with a delay of 3 ticks that is going into this bottom piston here, and we go back 3 squares, one along to the right as on that side, and then here we're going to have 2 redstone repeaters going here and here. That's right, yes, and each one of them also has a delay of 3. Now I'm going to replicate this bit of circuitry here, which powers this redstone torch to control the top level. So here we go. One bit of wiring there goes into a block here, and on the other side of that block we place a redstone torch, and then above that place another. Oh, set back up. Above here we place another block and then knock that out because we don't need it, and a redstone torch there. So that should turn on, this redstone torch should turn on at the same time as this one. So let's see. Yep, perfect. So now we've got to build the next part, which is we go out another 2 blocks to the side. So dum-dum. Forward one, and then into an inverter, and the signal comes out of the inverter and goes in there. So we're going to need a little bridge here, similar to what I built on that side if you can see it. So just straight here, just place that there, it's a little bridge, and we can destroy these because we don't need them. And that has to go, let's see, goes out 1 and then along 2. So it goes out 1 and along, oh, not there, along 2. And that should be about right, yep. And then we place another block, so just there, destroy those, and we place a redstone torch underneath there. So now we've got a little bridge with a redstone torch attached, and we're going to lead the circuit along here. So it's going to go along the little bridge and into the back of there, which inverts this redstone torch, which controls this piston when it's pushed out above it. So let's just check to make sure. Yeah, it seems fine. As long as you have a gap of one space, this redstone torch won't interfere with the circuitry here. But if you have this wiring going along these two squares here, then that redstone torch would power this wiring, which would cause this to not work properly. So just remove. I've got an extra block in here that I don't need. It's good to remove as many extra blocks as possible. You don't want too much junk in the way. So let's just see if this works from this side now. That looks pretty good to me. So that is how you build the top circuit. So now we have a circuit for the stairs and a circuit for the sides. Now what we've got to do is link them together. So I'm going to build a tunnel and link the wiring together, and I will come back when I've done so. Right, that's me back. As you can see, I've brought the controls for the stairs down here, and the way I've done that is we're going to have power entering the circuit here, which will flow into this block, powering the redstone torch, into another redstone torch, and up above that is another one, which powers the circuit. Now I've deliberately used 3 torches because I had to invert the circuit, because I need it to be the case that when there is no power here, then the stairs are out. Because if you remember my original video, when power is applied, we need the stairs to retract and the other pistons to extend. Now I've also inverted this one because, same again, I need, when power is applied to this block, I need the pistons to extend on the sides. So I'm going to replicate my control circuit from the last build. So to do that, I link these two together, the two circuits, and I knock a block out here and apply a redstone repeater with no delay, and then similarly further down, let's see, stay here. We do the same thing with 2 repeaters in the same direction. Each of these has a delay of 3, and that keeps the timing right. Now, last part is we're going to bring this along here and put a repeater here and here, which just means that the signal will only flow in this direction because this is going to be a loop past here. We don't want the power going in there and back this way, because otherwise you get an infinite loop. Having one facing this direction and one repeater facing this direction means the signal can only flow in that direction towards the rig. So that should be okay. I'm going to dig out a little bit here just to make a tiny bit more space, because it's time to work out the timing, and that bit is not fun. That is what originally took me so long, but hopefully, having done it before, it won't be as bad this time. So yeah, that works. So I'll link these together here. Now my XOR gate is actually going to be here, but for now a simple switch will do. Now when I throw this switch, the rig is probably going to destroy itself. This will take a fair bit of trial and error. I'll show you the first time which is going to go wrong, and after that I will turn the video off until I find the right timing, and then I'll show you what I used. The reason I'm putting these dirt blocks in here is to take place of stairs, because these blocks are probably going to be pushed all over the place the first time, and dirt blocks are just much easier to clean up. It's also the reason why I've left this all uncovered, because it means there's less to go wrong and get pushed out of the way. So this is what happens when we pull our switch. It's just how bad it goes. Okay, so we have... Okay, these pistons all did the right thing. As you'll see, that is still out, so the delay is not quite right on that piston there. Also on this side, yep, we've had one bottom one pushed out there, so yeah, my timing's not correct. I will come back once I have this working and I'll show you what I did to correct it. I have yet again run afoul of the 15-minute time limit, so come back for the third video where I conclude this tutorial.